Well, this year we focused on a project to integrate our SOX and audit processes within our corporate risk controls BPM processes. The point of pain was that in our SOX process, it was a calendar-driven point in time. Everybody stop. Here are all your narratives. Please do the reviews. Let's look at the maps. And it was in addition to our day-to-day. And again, it was calendar event-driven. So what we did was incorporate that process within our normal BPM process that we have, leveraging Provision as a tool. So now we took all the SOX narratives, incorporated them into our SOPs, put them on Provision, put the flags for the control points and the significant controls right in Provision so that you can see it transparently. And any time that we have a cause for a process change control, we have a control form, comes through. If it is a SOX or audit process, we bring in SOX and audit. They're part of the review and approval. And so therefore processes, their SOPs, their maps, visibility over the control points are always up to date and current. So we will never have a time in 2011 where everybody stop and review all your narratives and your processes. It's always up to date. And we tested it with one group this year in our corporate risk controls department, and we saved 65 hours just in one group with one set of processes that had to go through the SOX and audit yearly review and testing. For corporate risk controls, it's large because we're a control group. So we have many processes that have control points through SOX or significant controls through audit. So for us, this will be a big project. We piloted with the one group. We're now translating it out to all of our other areas, and we expect to be completed before the end of 2010. And then this way, for 2011, really reap the benefits of the time savings in hours. Well, before, when we were using Visio, which was just more of a flat tool, we didn't have the transparency of everything behind it. So we had a process map, but then we had separate SharePoint files that had the narratives, separate place for the SOPs. Everybody had to look into their own area to find anything. What Provision did for us to improve was make all of the processes integrated between all of the groups within corporate risk controls. Visibly seeing the control points, clicking on that control point and being able to see the SOP, which we've incorporated any language that the narrative had. Making it so that SOX and audit can go into that site at any point in time. And then also the association grids so that we can very easily see where we're missing SOPs that contain the narratives between what's a control point and where those SOPs are missing. So we knew immediately where to target. Before, we really couldn't see. Corporate risk controls is always looking for risk gaps and improvement opportunities. Now that we can see transparently across our corporate risk controls enterprise, using the association grids give us a very good roadmap of where we're missing items, and that's our gaps. Now we can put together action plans to go in and you know, add in the control points. If there's a risk area, where's the control point? If there's a control point, where is the SOP? If there's an SOP and a control point, what systems are they connected to, so that we can even follow that across systems across the board. So it's given us a transparency enterprise-wide across corporate risk controls that we never had before.